Good morning. What's going on, LPM crew? Welcome to the morning show. It is September the 10th, Tuesday. Can you believe we are this far into September? I can't. I don't even want to believe it. Lots of stuff going on. Tons and tons of stuff going on. First and foremost, thank you so much for joining us. I know these mornings are early. It's 6 a.m. on the West Coast. It is 9 a.m. on the East Coast, New York City. All you guys out there, you kind of got to start to your day, but the West Coast people are still tucked away in bed, hanging out. I appreciate you all joining us. Big shout out to all of our new subscribers. Channel's growing. Lots of you guys joining on. Thanks so much for being a part of it. Really appreciate you being here. So much to talk about today. First of all, we lost Darth Vader. The voice of Darth Vader, Earl Jones, has passed away. He was 93, so I mean that happens when you're really old. But still, you know, a character in the world of comic images, fantasy, whatever you want to call it, sci-fi. You know, it was a well-lived life, lots of appearances and other things. He was the voice of Musafa in The Lion King, Mufasa, I think I mispronounced that. And most notably, Mr. Darth Vader. So big shout out to him, an amazing career. Appreciate that. Hey, we got a couple people in the building here. We got Big Dom. What's going on? Derp. Perfect attendance record lately. Appreciate you being here, Derp. What's going on? Lots of cool sketch cards I've seen recently. Sometimes I see stuff and I'm like, you know what? Derp would know who that is. He would know what's going on there. And Pulling Fire. What's happening, buddy? For all you guys jumping on, appreciate you being here. I know it's the morning. Hope we're starting your day out with the right stuff. Ray the Kung Fu Panda. What a great YouTube name. That's no one's gonna forget that. You know, that's a memorable one. I really, really like that. What else we got in here? We got Snicked. Like you missed the snake guy in the Conan. You know what? When some of these actors pass away and you find out that they're like in their 90s and that they acted their entire lives, like there's a lot of them have quite the catalog of movies that they made it into. Pretty crazy cool career. Couple things to go over today. I've been giving away sketches like crazy. I'm not going to do that this morning because I'm running out of them. I got to do more. But we got LPM cardstock, which was super cool. Super cool. Pulling Fire is one of our members who's getting paid to watch this right now because he's a genius and he's watching at work. If you want to get paid to watch the LPM channel, I highly recommend you do it at work because they will pay you to watch this stuff. I hope the morning's going well. It is fall here. It is like full blown, ready to never be warm again, possibly an ice age. I don't know. But it is so dark outside. The rain woke me up yesterday at 3:30 in the morning. And I just thought, oh no, the summer is officially over. I know I hate to be that guy, but where I am, since I live so north, the season change is dramatic. It's like, it is definitely, you can feel it in the air. We got Derp. So we also lost John Cassidy. We did lose John Cassidy. He's 52 years old, passed away yesterday. Yesterday was a bit of a strange day in the comic world. Loved his work on the Planetary and the Astonishing X-Men series. Completely agree. Really, really great artist. I looked up a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. I was looking at a bunch of images. It's crazy when you look back at someone's art career and realize that there were images that you really enjoyed. You had no idea that was them. And, you know, especially earlier images where sometimes style wasn't fully defined. Like when you look at a Simone Bianchi today, you're like, yeah, that's definitely a Simone Bianchi. But at some point in time, there had to be this learning curve where he was still figuring out that style. And you might not have known it was him. So it's kind of cool in that range of art. One of the things that we like to do here on the morning show is to, hey, we got another one getting paid to watch the Big Dom. I love it. One thing we like to do here on the morning show is look at some Instagrams. And there's some Instagrams here I want to bring up today and show that I think are really, really well put together. So first Instagram of the day is going to be William Johnson, also known as the Rider 95. Has got a very cool Instagram. He's a character collector, collects a few different characters from Midnight Suns, Johnny Blaze, Ghost Rider, Blade. Couple of really cool ones. So there's an Instagram that is definitely worth going and having a look at. William's a really prominent character in the collecting hobby. He's really knowledgeable. He's on streams a lot, dropping the comic book knowledge on us. So a really cool Instagram, definitely worth checking out. Another one to mention today that I wanted to bring up is the Sketch Card Hive channel and Instagram. Yesterday, Sketch Card Hive posted that he has rebranded some of his stuff. He has a great new image with his Marvel cards by Fausto Bonavisto. And I really hope that you guys can go over there and make sure you're following that account. Check him out on YouTube, Sketch Card Hype channel, one of my favorite channels, really, really cool. Doing a little bit of a rebrand, and a really interesting guy, really amazing character collector. The last account that I want to look at here is the one and only Mr. Melfi Collectibles. This account looks so good. Everything is so clean. I love how organized it is. I'm just going to pull up a couple more images here with the common background, really well centered. Some real serious time has been taken. Melfi's over there on the Card Drop channel as well. Make sure you go over and subscribe to those guys. Super cool channel, and Melfi has the Instagram to prove it. I really love seeing these PMGs the way he's got it. I was asking him if he was into character breaks or if these were boxes or how he was getting these cards, and he said he was getting boxes. So super cool. Really interested to see Melfi's Instagram. I've got some cards from Melfi before. He's really easy to deal with, really friendly fella. I really like his content. Okay, that's the Instagram stuff. So I love showing Instagram accounts on here because many of us spend a lot of time on the Instagram, and getting to see like accounts that are laid out super professional is really fun. Like there's a couple guys out there that just have a couple guys and gals that have really amazing Instagrams, and just the effort is there. And I always love recognizing the effort. A couple things that I wanted to go over this morning with you guys too is I keep doing the morning show and going over some inserts from past sets that we're seeing come up again today. So yesterday I went on Instagram Live and I was showing that I completed the metal cards, the Planet Metal from X-Men Metal, which I know is way back and it's old news to everybody. But yesterday I finally got the gold in the mail and got that put together. So that was pretty cool. I wanted to maybe today touch on some of the inserts from X-Men Metal. So here are the Planet Metals. I have them on ComC. I always like to do ComC stuff on here so that you guys know where these cards are at and what's available. These are on the cheaper end. I think the Rhino is a good character actually to kind of compare to my character, Collect a Sabretooth, for prices, for stuff like that. So it's interesting to kind of have a comparison character when you're going through these, because some of these Planet Metal cards get really expensive, as you can see here. So here's some top tier characters. Your Spider-Mans, your Venoms, your Wolverines, Carnage, where these cards really add up. So this is sort of why I wanted to bring it up. It's a big chase to complete. It's a big chase to finish up and be able to show off a little bit. Lots of these inserts are coming up in the Metal Avengers set. And I feel like we got the mishmash of inserts that were put in there. Like all the best ones from the metal sets got added to it. And I enjoyed them thoroughly, really down with them. And I love showing the ones that have come before it, that they're kind of picking and choosing and repeating in there. Another great one to bring up, one that like, this is a really good one. And this would be one of the coolest sets to put together if you were going to do an insert set. And that is the Purely Periodical. I know I've mentioned them before on the morning show. It's worth mentioning again. They look really good. I have a couple here. I'm going to show actually. I'll grab those. But as you go through, the prices can really range on these. These can be challenging to price. These can be really fun to collect. There's definitely some cool ones. I love the concept. Whoever came up with this Purely Periodical one was definitely using their creative mindset to come up with it. The prices can really vary on these. Like the Wolverines can obviously get expensive, but these are about $100 card across the board when you find decent characters. I'll show a couple of them here. I've got a living laser. Oh, I'm gonna hold it up there, I guess, so you can actually see it. That one's pretty cool. This is from the most recent set. This is from the Metal Avengers set, and these look really great in hand. And like I said, if you were the person putting together this insert set in the binder, really neat. I love how the different colors are all different numbered and everything like that. It's a Graviton statue. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this exact set here. I want to make sure I do something cool with it. I don't think it's within my capability to put together the whole set, but I would love to help out somebody else who is. Really cool. On the Dormont, this character, I'm always reminded of Dan DeSanto's image that he did of this. It really is one of the best. It really is one of the best. Like it's just in such an impressive looking image that he did. I'm not sure who owns the art to that, but I can have a guess. Be cool to frame those up like a periodic table pulling fire. So I completely agree. I thought of that as well. If you were like, let's say you were a science teacher, or you were in some type of profession that involved chemistry, and you were a collector, that would be such a cool office piece. That would be such a cool display piece. I think that we're always looking at interesting ways of displaying our collections in this hobby. And that would be an insert set that would be really, really cool to do, exactly like Pull and Fire is saying, as like a periodic table. As mentioned on the show before, guys, I have a canvas for the back here that I have been trying to come up with a concept for what I'm going to paint on it to have as the LPM background. I got a couple of ideas. Some of our LPM crew people have thrown out some great ideas as well. Really trying to decide on that. I'm going to put a really solid effort into the conceptual drawing that I'm going to use before doing the painting. It's a large painting. I want to go into it with a plan. I want to make it really, really nice. I want to do a good job, because that's going to be what you guys look at sitting behind me. And I got a few ideas, but it's one of those things that's it's a big decision tackling a huge painting. It's a lot of work. It's an awful lot of work. Okay, what are we going to... Derp says, I love the fact that the Doom purely periodical is the Vibranium one. Great way to actually use a storyline from the comics and the Doom stealing all the Vibranium from Wakanda. Excellent point. We're seeing a lot of artwork being reused in a number of different sets, and sometimes it's a major win. Sometimes it's the artwork you're like, yes. An example for myself was the jambalaya that was used in Fleer Ultra Wolverine, Sabretooth's first jambalaya. The artwork that was used was from the 2011 Beginning series, and it was a really great choice. There's a ton of options to pick from, but that was a wise choice. For comparison on one that didn't work so well, the Tops Chrome chose the Sabretooth from Fleer Retro, which I've often joked is the Sabretooth climbing Mount Everest one, which is kind of funny. I've seen a lot of recycled art in the Top stuff that was definitely an interesting / strange / why did you pick that kind of choice. Derp says the Iron Man Avengers Metal Low was a really lazy choice. I think a lazy choice is such a great way of putting it. Derp, I totally agree on the terminology. It seemed like there was a lot of decisions that were made over the last couple of years in some of the sets where it was like someone that wasn't familiar or didn't care picked the artwork. So I like the term lazy to apply to it. I would paint Elizabeth Olsen, Scarlet Witch, sitting next to me, whispering sweet nothings into my ear. Snicked, I really appreciate the suggestion. I don't think I'm going to do that, but I really appreciate the enthusiasm. Thank you for bringing that to the table. I'm thinking that I'm going to go with some like font or like maybe some graffiti lettering, and then a background with two decent-sized Marvel characters. My gigantic head is in the way, right? So like when this painting's behind me, my head is going to be centerpiece to it. So I don't want to do something too nice in the middle and then have this big mug taking it all up and being all kinds of in the way. I had another insert that I wanted to talk about here. I pulled one of these, so I'm assuming that they're a case hit. I want to talk about the geodes. The geodes, in my opinion, are a very interesting insert set. I think they're super cool. In X-Men Metal, some of them were horribly centered, like centered in the sense that I hesitate to even say that they were centered. They were thrown at the card and landed where they landed. The one that I pulled out of Avengers Metal had some really interesting like holofoil or like foiling, I want to say, in the back of the card. It looked really, really good. And this was an insert that I thought was really creative as well. That was really interesting. A bit of a bummer how thick they are. They're incredibly hard to store, to be honest with you. But nonetheless, the geodes are something that I think are cool in this set. There's a couple more examples here. I have them on here so that you can kind of see like a price range. So if you're character collecting and you're grabbing a lower character, a lot of these like are not going to break the bank. The geodes of Avengers Metal look better to me, and the foiling on the cards definitely makes them pop. Derp, I completely agree, and I appreciate you saying that. I like when somebody has I like when somebody throws out an opinion that of an insert that has a comparison to a past one. I think that when you're first at the table with an insert, it can be tough. You're working out the kinks, so I'm a little bit more forgiving about it. And now that we're seeing them in Avengers, and I had it in hand, I had a sense of relief where I'm like, you know what, they definitely fixed a couple things about it. They're still incredibly thick to store, but that is okay. Okay, we're on to the next one here. I just want to talk about this real quick. Marvel Platinum is still out there in the world. And while we were talking about inserts, I just want to talk about my favorite insert from the Platinum set, and that is going to be the Cosmics out of 25. I think the Cosmics are beautiful. I think they look really, really good. Pricing for Platinum has started to become a little bit more consistent. I'm seeing a lot of Platinum cards that I don't want to say have bottomed out, but like the price has become consistent. Alex B, all of the inserts are vastly improved from the previous metal sets, in my opinion. The periodics look great in particular. You bet, Alex. We were definitely just showing some of those off, and they are incredibly nice. I think they're a very collectible part. When the light catches the purely periodicals, they look really, really good. My wife calls the thick cards Chaka cards. The thick cards are crazy. I feel like, I don't know, it's very little thought went into how the hell people were going to store those. So kind of interesting that that everybody's kind of got an opinion about them. But there are some cards that are like drastic, like the shadow boxes and stuff. They are hard to store. Back to these Platinum Cosmics. Some of these Cosmics, the pricing is insane, like absolutely insane. I was saying that the pricing has kind of balanced out. For top tier characters, I think it's still all over the place. But for those of you that are character collecting and grabbing some of these are a really, really cool insert. I love finding inserts from Platinum at auction. I love finding an auction as opposed to a buy now or make an offer price. Definitely trying to scoop up more of that stuff. Interglobal Collectibles, what's going on? Says, good morning. Thanks so much for jumping on with us. Starting your day with some collecting conversation. Yeah, there's been a lot of talk here in the morning show about the improvement of the inserts and like kind of getting it dialed in. And as we approach the end of the Upper Deck series, or era, I should say, I really do enjoy seeing the improvements get made. Obviously, we always have criticisms of certain stuff, but there are definitely things that have improved, especially on this one. Something on Avengers Metal that I really liked is that the inserts were labeled. Like when you pull a gold, it's a gold or it's a bronze. It says it on the back. I mean, if you were a participant in X-Men Metal and you have some of these inserts, it's like, good luck picking. You know what I mean? Which one is this? You know. Something that I think is really cool about the metal series too. I didn't get a picture of it to show, but I love the combinable base to get the blue and then the black. So if you do, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong here, if anybody knows for certain, but if you did 10 base, you got the EPAC achievement blue for the base. And if you got 10 of the blues, which would equate to 100 of the base cards, you got a black. And that was super cool. And so I have those in the high and low series for my character collect in my binder. And I really enjoyed that was an EPAC thing. I think that's super cool. What else was I going to show you guys? I showed you guys the Instagrams here. You know, I love that we're doing the Instagram mornings where we're showing people's Instagrams, because so many of us spend a lot of time on Instagram throughout the day. I like doing the lives. I like posting reels and giving away stuff and having all kinds of fun on it. But there are people that they do it up big. They do it up really, really big. Now that there is sketch card stock showing up for the LPM channel, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It looks super cool. As we get some more cards done, we're going to be sending out some cards to artists so that they can have some fun with it and see what they get to come up with on the channel. There's going to be a big focus on showing more artwork. On that note, I'm going to show you guys a painting that I have been working on. I know I've been talking about the background painting that I'm working on for back here, but I've been working with oils for a long, long time. And recently I started doing some comic characters on boards. So I've been doing these 6x6 boards. I thought I would just show you guys. So this one is an oil painting that I'm partway through. It's obviously of Spider-Man. Get that in the image there. And I've still got quite a bit of work to do to this one, but I built this painting up from the ground up, from working from dark to light, and started getting layers of color built and doing a lot of work in a very traditional sense, like doing a lot of portraiture kind of style building to get this to where it is. And really fun to get to work on boards. I love working on boards. Canvas has that give to it, or that texture that can definitely feel a little bit different. I love painting on boards. I've painted lots of landscape paintings on boards. Snick says, sweet. Thank you. So there's 6 of them up here. I got a Wolverine, I got a Hulk, Carnage, Venom, a couple other ones that I'm working on. Really excited to show you guys a more complete product as we get through being done. But tomorrow I actually have to ship out to go to my real job. So I'm sometimes bring my art supplies with me, but at the end of a 14-hour day, I sometimes I don't get as much painting done as I like. And with oil paint, it takes so long to dry, it can be really challenging to transport. So we'll see. I might be just focused on some drawing and all that, but I'm really looking forward to having these done. My goal is to have 6 of these done and dried for the end of September, beginning of October. So I'll have some work to show then. And this painting behind me that I'm going to be working on, I don't have a completion date for that one. That one, I'm really going to put some time into making that. I would, if it's going to be the background for the channel, I would really like it to be something that's impressive, you know. So it will be done in acrylic paint. It will not be done in oil, but well, I shouldn't say that, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be done in acrylic paint. And yeah, that's that is what is happening on the art front. I've noticed recently that a lot of people have been reaching out with art that they've been working on and sending me pictures of stuff that they can do. Some of you guys can draw, man. Holy cow. My buddy Donnie sends me pictures that he's working on, and Donnie is incredibly talented at drawing. And it's one of those things that's kind of funny. I call it like a secret talent. I love finding out that somebody has like a hidden talent. Have you ever been at like an event or a party at someone's house and there's a piano and you had no idea that somebody in your friend group could play the piano, and they sit down and they just unleash the beast and it's like amazing? It's such, or they play the guitar at a campfire or something like that. I love finding out that people have a talent that I didn't know about and getting to see it like on display, like firsthand, as like a surprise. I have a friend in high school. I knew he was musical. I knew he was an interesting guy. But one night, very late in the morning, he sat down at the piano and he started playing. And it was really incredible. It was something that was amazing. What about you guys? Do you guys have any hidden hobby talents that we don't know about? Hey, we got Marvel Madness in here. What's going on? Yeah, you know, Madness, these morning shows are live. You know, I like to get up ridiculously early, have 5 cups of coffee, and sit in front of the camera with you guys and talk about collecting to start out our day. I think that for me, my morning, I really set the tone for my day with my morning. So like if I have a nice cup of coffee just the way that I like it, and if I get to talk about some things that are, you know, moving forward with the day, positive, trying to get myself in the headspace to get my week started, then I have a way better chance of having a fantastic week and having good things happen to me in my life. I hope that today, for all of you guys, you started your day out the same way, and that something today amazing happens for you. I'm really interested in you guys getting what you want out of this life. Madness says 5 cups, that's it. You know, I might have been exaggerating, but this thing holds a lot of coffee. This thing holds an awful lot of coffee. And something I actually want to show you guys. I'm going to grab it really quick. I'll be right back. I had a channel fan reach out and liked the morning show coffee routine and sent over this Sabretooth mug. So this came in the mail the other day, and that was one of the LPM crew sent over. You know, this is a gigantic, like, I swear this is like 1.5 liters. That would be a lot of coffee for me to drink in the morning, but I do appreciate that. It's super cool. I'm going to use this as my work coffee mug, and at work I like bringing my own. Josh says, I'm a morning person too. We should plan to record some shows. You know what? Absolutely, buddy. I'm around, and I always do the morning show live because I want to do it kind of like I don't know if you saw the thumbnail for this, but I want it to be like a little bit of a news morning, a little bit of fun. I'll show you the thumbnail here, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but it's J. Jonah Jameson. You know, the live news report. You gotta love it. I really like J. Jonah Jameson. That was a character I actually considered collecting. So kind of having these thumbnails with fun stuff like that, you know. So I'm going to wrap it up with you guys. I know I showed you guys some paintings. I showed you guys what we usually do here with the ComC deal of the day. We talked about some inserts. We looked over a couple of really cool people's Instagrams, and I hope that if you like those Instagrams, go and check them out. Follow along with those people. Today is Tuesday, September 10th. Lots of crazy things going on in collecting. Tons of cards out there. I want to know what you guys are collecting. So drop a comment down below in this video. If you're catching the replay, hope everything today goes fantastic. We're moving into the fall season. Season change, you know, is a great time. It's a great mindset. It's a reminder that you are a human being on a gigantic chunk of rock hurling through the universe at a gazillion miles an hour, orbiting a giant ball of fire. So I hope that all works out for you guys and that everything is great. Have a wonderful day. I'm going to show you more paintings as they get completed. I'm going to work tomorrow, like I said, so I'll be posting more stuff, doing more chats. Looking forward to hearing from all of you. Take care, everybody. Thanks for showing up.